So, Battlefield 4 Beta has been out already now for almost a week, and I've had quite a bit of time to play it for myself. And in my opinion, it's a great game. It's a really good start for a beta. The FPS I was getting was around 70 to 100 and dipping to around 40 in spikes. So that was an issue, but overall the FPS was pretty good, and that's a pretty large concern for the majority of people who are going to want to play Battlefield 4. So just to reiterate what I covered in my previous video is my computer's got a 4770K and two 580, so actually some older 2-year cards, and it was still running Battlefield 4 quite smoothly. Now I have heard from some sources that Windows 8.1 will actually run Battlefield 4 better. Now I can't say for sure whether or not this is true. I think it probably goes from person to person, seeing as how some people play Windows 7 pretty well, whereas others are getting a lot of, FPS issues. That's something that, is probably going to be fixed in the future. Again, this is beta, so there's definitely going to be a lot of issues to start off with, but I'm sure these things are going to be wrapped up nicely. If you recall the beta for Battlefield 3, it was far worse than this, so this is leagues and leagues ahead of where we were back then. So that's a good start, like I said. Now, to cover some of the positives and negatives of Battlefield 4, I'm going to begin first by just discussing some things that I noticed personally on Battlefield 4 that I didn't like. Now, one of the first things I noticed is that we don't get jets in the beta. Now, this isn't a problem with the actual beta, but it's a problem with EA and the fact that they've omitted a very, very important and integral part of Battlefield 4 for a lot of players. Now, I'm not talking just about the people who pilot the jets, I'm talking about the people who get shot by them, specifically helicopter pilots. Now, if you recall in BF3, you could actually hover in a Su, or, in any aircraft, because the physics were horrible. You could just basically float in the air without dropping straight to your death. Now, I really didn't like this because it ruined a lot of the gameplay, defeated the purpose of the F-35, and I really want to see this changed in Battlefield 4, and I think that's a really big indicator of how much they've done, how much work they've actually put in to the newest iteration of Battlefield. So I'm really sad that they didn't put that in there, and a little bit upset. I feel cheated. I feel like we should have had that. Now, the other thing I really don't like is the new leading system. Now, I like the idea of it, so it's important to say this, because I think that the game would benefit from it. The gameplay would be more intense and interesting, but the way it works is just too inconsistent. Some objects it actually doesn't work with, some it does. Sometimes it works when you don't want it to work. Sometimes it just bugs out and you're leaning while you're running, and it's kind of annoying, so that's got to be fixed before, it comes out. What bugs me the most, actually, out of all of these things, though, are the excessive amount of flags on everything. So, not just your tank, but your guns, and, you have to be reminded, we're idiots, so we have to be reminded constantly that we are either Chinese or we're American. We don't need this. It disrupts the game. I don't feel as immersed. I feel it's, a lot more arcadey. I don't think I need to see that. I know what team I'm on. You shoot the guys who are red and shooting at you, and that's it. How about them RPGs? Now, I really don't like them, personally. I think that the lock-on should not be there. They're dumb rockets. They're not meant to lock on. They're really old technology, so I think it feels unrealistic. I know Battlefield 4 isn't a realistic game, but it just feels that way with these RPGs. Now, I think I should also discuss some of the positives, because there are good things in this game as well that I really do like, such as customization. Customization is now really, really awesome. You can change the skins of virtually all the vehicles you use, of all the weapons you use, and I also like the fact that you can actually see, what customizations you're adding to your weapon. I don't know exactly how it's going to work in the future, how much stuff you can add onto it, but from what we've heard, you'll be able to add quite a few things, and I really like that. Also, you can now swim underwater by holding crouch. That is awesome. We needed this in Battlefield 3. It was horrible if you dropped in the water because you were just screwed. Now at least you can get some cover and maybe even ninja some people by swimming under the water. I can just imagine the awesome knifing that can occur in other maps. By swimming underwater, sneaking up behind your opponent, and just stabbing him. I can't wait. So I'm really excited about that. And then there's the new awesome weapons such as the multi-grenade launchers, such as the one I'm holding right now. or the Beretta 50 cal, which you can find in certain parts of the map here on Siege of Shanghai. Well, I hope that these weapons are going to be customizable and attainable at the start of the round by each player. That is to say that, say, the 50 cal could be used by any player when they spawn. Shifting over to the logistics of Battlefield 4, we now have a commander mode, which is going to be great for coordinating team play and being less COD-like, pardon my French. Nothing against COD. Yep, that'll be a lot more team play based, which is what I think Battlefield 4 should be. Also, squads are bigger, and that's great. And I think there are a lot of other great things about this game that I haven't discussed, but these are just the highlights that I feel are most important. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you'll subscribe and rate and join me for my next one. And I also really hope that you'll post in the comments and let me know what your opinion of Battlefield 4 is and what you would like to see in another video. I'll be posting some more in the future with some of my friends, such as Silent Assassin, another YouTuber. So stay tuned. If you like me, subscribe and rate. Good night. That guy isn't. Hey there, buddy. Uh-oh. Out of ammo. Well, that's it. That was really fucking intense, actually.
Oh, tank.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Okay.
No, 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 no!
Yeah!
I'm still alive!